Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest forecast on this Friday. Yesterday, we had highs in the low to mid 70s for the area. And as far as today is concerned, our western communities may have similar temperatures, but our eastern communities will have a little bit cooler air mass in the area. So temperatures more in the mid to upper 60s, but still very nice as winds shouldn't really be a factor today. We'll talk about those winds here in just a second. As far as surface smoke is concerned, not really much of an issue. Today would be the day to do any burning if you have to, because over the weekend, it's not going to be the greatest with breezy conditions all weekend long. But also be aware that you need to put out the fires properly after today, because any reignition could quickly get out of hand over the weekend. Temperature-wise, upper 70s to mid-80s tomorrow, low 90s out in western Kansas. That has the chance to work its way into our area on Sunday, but we have a battle of cloud cover and a cold front. Depending on the speed of the cold front and extent of cloud cover will depend on how warm we get. I'm still hesitant on going upper 80s and low 90s for several areas, especially as models have actually backed off a little bit. But there is still that possibility that some areas may reach close to 90 or in the low 90s, as this model has for Emporia. It's a small probability, but it'll be something to monitor. Regardless, it'll likely be our warmest day we'll have in a while. So it'll be a day that if you have any outdoor plans, hydrate. Plenty of water is necessary on Sunday. Meanwhile, for today, winds will be out of the north. At times could still gust near 20 to 25 miles per hour, especially around midday. But then as the afternoon progresses, the wind gradually weakens. So when we reach our high temperature for today, really it's going to be a very nice day across the area with generally light winds. So take advantage of it. It's going to be a fantastic day. Now, winds may increase a little bit late tonight, even though I do have a 5 mile per hour wind for the forecast for tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a little bit of a breeze late. Otherwise, those southerly winds on Saturday will gust close to 35 miles per hour at times, and will continue to stay breezy Saturday night. Sunday, we start off with a southerly wind, but shift to the northwest as we get into the afternoon behind that front, and even a little bit out of the north as well. So definitely we'll be keeping an eye on the timing of that frontal boundary. And as I mentioned, we'll have plenty of sun for today, and I think we'll have sunny skies again for tomorrow, maybe a cloud or two here and there, but nothing too bad. And then once we get into Sunday, here's what I'm talking about with extensive clouds. It still looks like we're generally just getting some high clouds in the area, nothing overly concerning, obviously no rain, but there is a chance we might get some rain behind the front Sunday night. Now, through midnight, or through 1 a.m., this model doesn't show anything at all. It is a very, very low chance, but I will keep it in there just in case. It's a very low chance that rain does develop Sunday night. In fact, as we take a look at Wednesday, and there will be another opportunity for storms Wednesday night. I need to put that in there. I'm not sure what's not showing up in the 8-day, but it will be in there for after I record this. Temperatures generally in the upper 60s and low 70s for much of next week, and keeping an eye on a midweek storm system. Taking a look at the latest drought monitor, we of course got a little bit of improvement, especially in extreme northeast Kansas, where we're not in drought status anymore there. And you can see last week we were abnormally dry, so conditions have improved between last week to this week. Of course, nothing like what it was last year at this time, where we were doing great as far as rainfall was concerned. Now, how much rain can we get for the next 8 days? That's the question. It's a big question. Look at the difference. That's a huge difference between the European and the GFS on how much rain we could get, especially with that Wednesday night time frame. So stay tuned. Definitely going to be keeping an eye on that. It does look like we are generally normal or equal chances of drier than normal, wetter than normal in the 6 to 10 and 8 to 14 day outlook. Probability of above normal temperatures, though. And then we do start to maybe increase the probability of precipitation in the 3 to 4 week outlook. So definitely we're taking it on a day-by-day basis. I'm still not completely sold we are completely done with a potential frost or freeze. The Canadian model next weekend has temperatures in the mid-30s and even 20s, especially on Sunday morning next weekend. The GFS and the European are much, much warmer. So there's a big spread of temperatures as we head into next week at times. So it's why I'm not completely sold on saying we are completely 100% done with the frost or freeze. Stay tuned for that too. we'll be very mindful of that and hopefully have a little bit better idea throughout the week next week on if we are, as we get close to climatologically when we would generally get our last freeze of the season in late April. We're still not there technically yet, so it still wouldn't be a surprise if we did get cold again. But at least in the short term, in the next 8 days, I think we'll be okay. Have a great day.